Okay, guys, this is another edition of Pole Talk, and the subject now is: do you believe in ghosts/spirits? And if you, my polls are uploaded every Friday, and you can you can go into my community tab to take part in the polls. And also, if you have any suggestions or ideas for future poll videos, please let me know in the comments. But today we're talking about ghosts. Now, my wife is very in tune with the spirit world, and she has a lot of stories to tell about her dealings with like ghosts and spirits. And I have my wife here. Do you want to have anything to say?
All right, so this one is, I think I was about 14 or 15 years old, and my little brother was spending the night at his friend's house, and I stayed up at night because it was like Saturday. I stayed up at night. I was listening to music. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I stayed up till about 2:30, close to 3 o'clock in the morning. And I remember I took my headphones off and turned the radio off. And I was laying on, we had like a pull-out couch bed. And it was still made into a couch. I remember I was just laying on it. I was tired. I didn't even feel like putting it into the bed. So I was just laying there, and the only light I had in the room was the VCR light, but it was bright enough so I can see around. So I was just laying there, and just as I was about to shut my eyes, the doorknob starts shaking, like really, really, really fast, like this. We didn't have this kind of doorknob, but the circle kind. It was just shaking super fast. And I asked, "Who's there?" And nobody answered. And I was like, "Mom, Dad, is that you?" Again, no answer. And then it stopped, and then it started shaking again, even faster. And I was like freaking out. And I looked under the door, because we had, my parents had this bright light that we used as a night light, but it was pretty bright. It was like one of those neon light signs. And I could see like a shadow of someone's feet under there. And then I heard like this deep laughter, and it did not sound like my dad or anybody that I know of. It just sounded ugly. And then I just remember just this cold sweat just came over me. I was just freaking out. I got away from the door. I didn't even think to open it because I was like, I don't even want to know what's on the other side. Then I heard these footsteps like going away from the door, and it went into the living room. And I heard like the front door open, and I heard like the footsteps, and then I heard the front gate. We had this gate in the front, and it opened, and I ran to the front of where the bedroom is, to look out the window real fast so I could see who's barely going out the gate. There was nobody out there, guys. It was like, who was it? That's what I always wondered. Who was it? Because nobody could take off that fast. Like, as soon as I heard the gate open, I ran to the window and looked out, and there was nobody there. Nobody. That's what freaked me out. We lived in a haunted house, and there has been like so many things like that has happened to me, and it's always forever like kind of traumatized me. I don't ever want to go back to that house. So that's just one of the stories.
Well, that's one of the bad stories, but
Yeah.
you also have some positive stories. Like, for example, would you like to share some stories that you had with your grandmother that has passed away?
Yes, I've had many, many dreams of her. She comes into my dreams, talks to me. She lets me know when somebody's going to pass away. She tries to calm me down and tell me what to expect. Like when my uncle Ismo was going to pass away, she told me, she said, "Liza, he's going to come to heaven to be with us really soon." Well, with me, and what she meant her and her husband really soon. So, and the next day, I went over to see him at the hospital, and he was very much declining, and he did pass the very next day. And there was another time here at the apartment, I felt a presence. I was using my ghost meter because I have one of those things, so I turned it on. It just kept beeping, and especially in the hallway, it was getting like faster and faster. So I just started taking pictures really fast, see if I can get anything to, just to prove that it's sensing, show me proof that there's really somebody there in the hallway. When I looked at those pictures, her face was on that picture. As clear as day, I saw her face, and I put it side by side next to a picture of her, and there she was, and I still have that picture hanging up on my room. So she visited me that night, and showed me herself. So
Yeah, and the story that I have is one that happened just like a couple of days ago, where you said that you were visited by a presence, a man, and then he said something about, tell Sean I'm here.
me. Yeah, it was
Tell,
me.
tell Sean it's me, I'm here. And then he said, tell him that Theo's here. Or
Yes,
Theo
he
said
"Tell
that.
him it's Theo."
And then she told me the next day, and then I said, and then I told her, okay, does the name Theo mean anything to you? Do you know something? And she said, no, I don't know who that is. And I told her that was my grandfather's name. So my grandfather visited her at night. And was it in a dream, or was it?
It was in a dream. I couldn't see
in a dream.
any face, but I could hear it as clear as day.
So it's like she had no way of knowing that that was my grandfather, because she didn't know that that was my grandfather's name. So that's what convinced. Well, I mean, I always felt that she had a connection to the spirit world, to the ghost world, but that just further proved to me that she had this connection. And is that it, or did you have any more to tell, or?
That's all for now. If you guys want to hear more of that kind of stories like that, I'll write down what I can remember, and I'll make another video for you guys. We'll think of other stuff to tell you.
Okay, so just comment if you want to hear more stories, or if you want new ideas for Pole Talk. But thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.